Somebody who just like has a fistful of money and you're waiting for some YouTuber to tell you what to do with it, here's an idea. Go to and buy. Hi, kitty. What's up, guys? Good morning. Everybody got their due with them? Good. It's gonna be a good one today. Top 5 mistakes that Pokemon collectors / investors make. Now, to be honest, this is mostly just gonna be for investors. I think the collectors / investors thing just looks better on the thumbnail title. Sucks more people in. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so basically we're gonna talk about the 5 mistakes that new people make, most people make. These are just very simple, basic things that you've probably already done yourself. And again, this just kind of comes down, this is just basically, hey, I've been doing this for 3-4 years. Here's some tips, here's some stuff that I see that doesn't work, that I see people doing. This is very simple, generic, basic stuff. It may not apply to you. This whole thing may not apply to you, right? So, but this is just kind of some things that I want to get out there that I see a lot of people doing. So, first 2 we're going to do, they kind of go hand in hand. And that's going all in and having no plan. So the big thing I see a lot is, and this is kind of like with anything in life, right, is somebody sees something online that's new, cool, flashy. It's somebody making money off of something that somebody loses money on, right? So if you're somebody and you go to the LGS, 3-4 times a week, and you spend, your paychecks on Pokemon or whatever, and all of a sudden you're watching videos and this guy's making money on Pokemon, well, it's like, you're like, oh my, can I take the thing I spend money on and somehow turn it into a profitable thing, right? And there's really no more thought than that put into it. And they think that because they're Pokemon masters, that now just somehow gives them a business degree and they're now just capable of running a business because they know how Pokemon works. And then so what you'll see is basically having no plan at all. They're just going to go all in, buy a ton of Pokemon cards, and then they're going to crack them or grade them or flip them, or they're really not sure. They're just going to go buy a bunch of Pokemon, right? They just know that they need to go out and buy boxes of Pokemon. They need to buy singles. They need to do whatever cool YouTubers doing to make money, doing cool how to flip Pokemon 101. They basically are like, okay, my grandma just gave me $1,000 from her inheritance because she just died, and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 other guys, and with this $1,000 I'm gonna somehow turn myself into a Pokemon millionaire, right? And then they just go out and buy $1,000 worth of Pokemon cards, or packs or something, and then they have no idea what to do with it. They end up opening it or some nonsense, and then their $1,000 is gone and they're not a Pokemon master or a millionaire. And they're just like, I've been scammed, I've been bamboozled, I was lied to. And it turns out, no, they're just idiots. They have no idea what they're doing. They get caught up in hype and FOMO, and they will do this their entire life with everything. They wanted to become a streamer, so they went out and spent all their money on a streaming kit, and then realized that they weren't interesting at all, and no one would want to watch them. But they didn't think that far because they saw someone playing video games making money, and they play video games and don't make money, so maybe they can do what that person does because they're better at Fortnite than them, right? So people should be watching them and not those popular streamers because, they're not even close to as good as you are in Fortnite, right? So have a plan. Think it through more than just the first step of I'm going to go buy a bunch of Pokemon cards, right? So these first 2 steps are probably going to disqualify about 75% of the people who get into this, because 75% of the people who get into this, probably more than that actually, will not succeed. Will just end up giving up. Will just have no idea what they're doing. And they just saw some guy buying a bunch of Pokemon cards and they thought it looked cool. So these 2 are pretty much kind of where the train ends for most people. So if you can make it past these first two steps, you're doing something right. Okay. And this third one kind of ties into it as well. And I'm going to add a little bit more to, actually, no, I'll add it onto here. Or no, I'm going to add it here. Inflated product. I definitely did not spell that right. Okay. So, third here is we have where your guy who thinks he's a Pokemon investor, he basically just heard about Pokemon investing. So he went out and bought a bunch of Evolving Skies booster boxes for $800. He went out and bought a couple base set booster boxes for like $10,000-$15,000. And he's a Pokemon investor, right? Look how much money he just blew on Pokemon, right? He's an investor. No, he just bought a bunch of inflated products, and a bunch of Pokemon investors just made a bunch of money off of him. So that's the inflated thing. Do not, for the love of God, don't just get into this and go, I'm going to go buy the most expensive thing that's already, 10,000% over its, retail value. If that's what you want to collect, if that's what you want to do as like a tax write-off or some nonsense, sure, go buy some inflated product. But we don't do that here. We buy brand new product below MSRP. We don't buy product that's already made money for people. That's what Timmy's do. But the emotional buy sell. We don't go out and buy a bunch of Evolving Skies once we start hitting $400 or $500, because yes, like when you buy at $400 or $500, did it go to $700-$800? Yes, but could you have taken that $400 or $500 and gone and put it into like Lost Origin, Chilling Reign, those kind of boxes at the exact same time? Yes. And then do we sell when we freak out because we bought a couple of booster boxes at $120 and then now they're at $90? Do we dump them at $90? No, because you buy more at $90. So again, these three are all going to be just kind of tied into you just really have not a clue what you're doing, and you just should not be doing this at all. Just stop. You can collect Pokemon if you want to, but for the love of God, do not involve your personal finances with it, because you will go bankrupt. Honestly, I don't know why I circled these three, because the next four are probably the exact same. The next one, this one's like if you know, right? Don't get high on your own supply. Now, for all your dealers out there, you know what that means, right? No. What we're talking about, right? Basically is don't open product. This is what happens to a lot of people is they start looking in the closet. Ooh, there's a lot of booster boxes in there. Ooh, it's awfully tempting. I know you want to open one, right? Maybe the Greninja's in there. I know you're looking at that case of Twilight Masquerade. Just crack it. Just maybe one of the boxes. Just two of them, maybe, right? The Greninja's got to be in there. Don't open your sealed product. Just don't do it. It's not that hard to do. All you gambling addicts out there, you might have a little trouble with this one. But guys, it's not that hard. Now, obviously, if you're buying certain product to flip it, like as far as like cracking for singles, like if you're buying like Flesh and Blood to crack for singles, or Sorcery, or some Magic, like if you're cracking for singles, that makes sense. You should already have like a business strategy in mind for that. I've already told you 1,000 times you can't crack Pokemon booster boxes for the love of God. But Magic, Flesh and Blood, and some other games, if you want to crack them for singles to sell the singles, that's okay. But you still shouldn't be. Just know, again, like I talked yesterday or 2 days ago, you need to have your investing portfolio and then your tendies flipping. They are two separate things. Do not let them get mixed. You need to keep these things separate. So, for the love of goodness, do not just go crazy one day and start just blasting through booster boxes and packs and cases because you just gotta start opening packs, right? Like, I see so many comments on like YouTube videos where it's like someone will like, or like on Reddit or whatever, someone will like post a picture of a bunch of like sealed product, and the people in the comments like, oh, I wouldn't be able to help. I'd just like straight start opening all that product. I wouldn't be able to help myself. And it's like these people are basically admitting that they're like gambling addicts slash like children slash have no self-control. Like, it's probably why they're on Reddit, right? Again, guys, here's the thing. If you made it this far, I think 75% of people in TCGs are weirdos, losers, that will never achieve anything in life. Most of them, right? But there's the 25% that are normal people. They don't like become weird, you know, yeah. So that's the thing, right? Is you need to be able to separate categories. You need to be able to, again, don't go all in. Realize that there's still a lot. You need to go touch some grass every now and then, right? Which leads us to our fifth point. Don't listen to YouTubers. There's a reason I don't have a bunch of flashing lights and a bunch of crazy edits and all that stuff. One, I don't have the time or care to do it. Two, I'm not trying to wow and bedazzle a bunch of kids to watch my content like all these like weird creeps on the internet nowadays. It turns out every content creator is a freak. I'm making these as boring, as like just like straight to the point information as possible, because I only want people who actually care to watch and listen to my videos. I don't want a bunch of brainless idiots. Like, here's a fun fact, and like something I'm proud of. I think like 60% of people fall off my videos around like the 4-minute mark, which is good, because that just tells me that like there's no, they're not grasping any, like there's nothing flashing at their face and like screaming at them and sounds going off to like keep them engaged in the video. I don't want those people watching my videos. So if you're watching YouTube videos on YouTube to get like financial advice, or you want some YouTuber to just throw up a bunch of pictures and be like, buy this, buy this, buy this. I don't want you watching my content. I think you are hurting society. You are dumbing down society. You are the problem. If you're somebody who just like has a fistful of money and you're waiting for some YouTuber to tell you what to do with it, here's an idea. Go to and buy. Hi, kitty. But anyway, hey, it's a good video, right? I'm sure most people didn't make it to the end, so I should be fine. But hopefully, like, YouTube doesn't flag the. Anyway, have a good one, guys.